Cabbage, the key ingredient behind perfect kimchi. How to plant, grow, and harvest Napa cabbage? In this episode, let's explore this with important. Napa cabbage originated in China and, like bok choy, belongs to the subspecies of the Yun Tai variety. During the Ming Dynasty, it was introduced to the Korean peninsula, where it became the main ingredient for kimchi in that region. It wasn't until the 18th century that Napa cabbage spread to Europe and America. Napa cabbage has broad leaves and a white core. Based on the compactness of the leaves, Napa cabbage can be categorized into types such as headed, semi-headed, and loose-leaved. The root system of Napa cabbage mainly grows in the topsoil with well-developed fibrous lateral roots and a reticulated root network. Preparing the land before sowing is also very important. If the ground is uneven and the irrigation is inconsistent, the plants cannot grow uniformly. Once the land is leveled, the planting rows can be established based on the local soil conditions. In areas with good soil conditions, high planting rows should be used as they improve labor efficiency. High planting rows facilitate irrigation, drainage, and ventilation, which can reduce the occurrence of diseases like black rot and downy mildew. Seedling transplantation is a common method for planting Napa cabbage, allowing for better arrangement of planting schedules and extending the harvest period without delaying growth. Using a small area for seedlings in advance significantly increases land utilization. Centralized seedling management also helps manage labor and reduces seed usage. Transplanted seedlings should not be too large, as larger seedlings can have lower survival rates. It's best to transplant when 2 to 3 true leaves have developed. Each seedling should be planted in soil around 6 to 7 centimeters deep to minimize root damage. When planting, first use a spade to dig at specified intervals in the planting hole, then place the seedlings in the hole. Immediately follow up by covering the hole and ensuring adequate watering right after planting. Water again the next day to promote seedling recovery. Napa cabbage has a long growing period and requires substantial fertilizer, particularly organic fertilizers, to enhance soil fertility. In the north, there is a saying about 1,0,0,0,0 caddies of cabbage and 1,0,0,0,0 caddies of fertilizer. The yield of Napa cabbage is determined by 2 factors: the weight of individual plants and the number of plants in the area, meaning that sufficient plants need to be grown per unit area, while ensuring each can achieve a certain weight to obtain high yields. The majority of Napa cabbage has a growth cycle of about 3 months. 1 week before harvest, watering should be stopped to prevent the cabbage from absorbing too much water, which could affect storage later. When harvesting, be careful about its ripeness. It should not be overly ripe. Generally, around 80% maturity is ideal. A special harvesting knife is recommended to cut the Napa cabbage from the base carefully without tossing it around. After harvesting, Napa cabbage should be adequately ventilated and dried, followed by the removal of yellow, old, rotten, diseased, and pest-damaged leaves. It is important to retain as many of the outer leaves as possible to ensure the freshness of the inner leaves. Alright friends, that's all for this video. After watching, what thoughts do you have about planting, growing, and harvesting Napa cabbage? Feel free to leave comments in the section below. See you in the next video.